welcome back to the channel. This is KDS Review. This is a special Valentine's Day episode. This actually was started by one of my subscribers that asked me, well, you do a lot of action movies, you do a lot of comic book movies, science fiction, anime. Do you ever do, why don't you try some love stories for Valentine's Day? Well, let's try some. Let's see how we do. Let's start off with Somewhere in Time, starring Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour. This is a movie about, he sees a photograph of her in a museum. He just can't get her out of his mind, even though it's 1912 when the picture he sees of her. So through self-hypnosis, he takes himself back in time and becomes obsessed with her. Guys will do anything. Remember that. Up next, we got The Electric Horseman. Some of you ladies' favorite man there, Robert Redford, Jane Fonda. He plays this old former rodeo star who's now a spokesman for a cereal company. He sees this horse that got him all lit up and everything right here, as you can see. And he steals the horse because the horse is being abused. So Jane Fonda is the reporter who follows this story, and then she falls in love with him. You know, they had a lot of problems with this movie because they filmed it outside. You know, a lot of it was filmed outside, and they had storms and all kinds of things, and horses acting up. As a matter of fact, there's a kissing scene between these two that it took 48 takes to do it. Sure it did, Jane. Sure it did. Up next, got one of my favorite actors in a good role. Actually, two particular stars that I like. That's Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born. This movie has been done so many times. You know, one with Chris Christopherson and Barbara Streisand. She starred as this up-and-coming singer. And he's a country singer right here. Her star starts to rise, and his star starts to fall because of the alcoholism. This movie is also directed by Bradley Cooper also. Bradley Cooper is an underrated actor. We're going to do a spotlight of him later on this year. That's A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Up next, got one of the most beautiful women that ever is, Elizabeth Taylor and Cleopatra. This is a long movie. It's 248 minutes. So when I watched it, I broke it up over a 2-day period. I seem to enjoy it more with her and Richard Burton in it. And you know the story of Cleopatra. She's with Caesar, and then she falls in love with Mark Antony, and all the intrigue in this movie. This movie was the most expensive movie ever made at that time, which was like $84 million. If you adjusted that to inflation, it would have been $438 million to make this movie. It's Cleopatra. This is a really good movie. It's a pretty good movie. The costumes that she's wearing, she's absolutely gorgeous in this movie. That's Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor. Once again, we're going to stay with Elizabeth Taylor and Taming of the Shrew, her and Richard Burton. This is a kind of a comedy type movie where he's trying to wheel her down. She's this strong, independent woman, and he's going to try to wheel her down to what he wants her to be. This is very wild. She's really good in this movie, actually. Even though it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, it's a very good movie right here. I mean, a very interesting movie, very comedic, because she's really wild. And he's trying to tame her down to be what he wants her to be. That's The Taming of the Shrew, once again, with Elizabeth Taylor. Up next, we got one of these granddaddy romantic films. You've probably already seen it, but like I said, a lot of our younger audiences, I'm amazed at what they have and what they have not seen. That's Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, Casablanca. It's a story of a guy, this movie takes place during World War II, and he had to make a choice between the woman that he loves, he's going to get with her, even though she's married to another man, and helping her husband continue his fight against the Nazis. Now, the plane that you see, I don't want to give the spoiler away for the viewers that haven't seen it, the younger viewers. The plane you're going to see, and that wasn't even real, it was made out of cardboard. That's Casablanca. Remember, KDS Reviews is seen every Wednesday and every Sunday. Maybe there's a romantic movie that you want me to cover that you didn't think about. Maybe Love Story. Maybe that one. You didn't think about that. This is KDS Reviews. If you like this type of content, then like, subscribe, and share. I will see you in the next video.